Inaraja really is the last remaining example of the scale and character of villages during the early part of the 20th century.
The historic village of Inaraja is in the process of being completely revitalized. This all started in the last year through the vision and funding efforts of the Guam Preservation Trust and the design team of the American Institute of Architects Guam and Micronesia chapter. About $60,000 has already been put into the design phase. AIA Vice President Cedric Cruz and Trust Chairman Mike Blas Macchio say they are excited to show Inaraja residents and others ideas to bring back what made this village so vital in the South.
You go through the village right now and you see that it's distressed. It used to be a very vital village with a lot of different small industries, bakeries, people were baking things, there were little mom and pop stores, barber shops and all these other kind of affiliated support, multi-discipline, multi-use kind of activities going on. And so we wanted to bring that back.
To further prevent the current out-migration of Southern residents based on recent census data and the generation of small local industries, the Preservation Trust is creating what's called the Inaraja Historic Architectural District Revitalization Plan.
If we laid out the village for everybody and showed them, potentially how the streets could look and how the restoration work could take place, and then infuse that with ideas about how they could actually generate home businesses, cottage businesses.
This vision adds to the presence of Gefpaku. In fact, designs for a visitor center, commercial center, farmers market, a bed and breakfast, bakeries, coffee shops, a Father Duenas Park, a mini wharf, and more are suggested to help Inaraja flourish again. The immediate goal is to show residents the map of this vision and hope they are motivated by the restoration process.
I think once they have that vision in mind, then the actual individual homeowners, they're motivated and they understand where they fit into the big picture of restoration of the village, and then they have ideas about how they can return to the village and not just rely on leaving the village every morning to go to work.
While they feel confident this vision can be a restoration prototype to be used in other southern villages, the challenge is getting Inaraja residents to believe in this vision. Cruz says a public hearing was held yesterday, but the presence of residents was small.
It's been lacking a little bit, but the people that have come have definitely contributed greatly to how we develop the revitalization plan. Their input is greatly appreciated, but the turnout has been small.
Macchio says this is a grassroots process, but notes the AIA design team has already been meeting with the mayor and several hundred people in smaller groups and compiling all feedback they receive. Cruz adds the final master plan is due next year in March of 2012. From there, the project calls for a 15-year revitalization process in phases, which includes building guidelines.
Included in the first part of the revitalization plan is the development of the building guidelines to ensure that we maintain the district's architectural character.
In the near future, Macchio mentions they plan to team up with the University of Guam on training people to sustain these smaller industries and its buy local aspect in Inaraja, but maintaining the character of the village and being sensitive to the needs and lifestyles of its residents.
The village itself has a very distinct character, and there are businesses that really work well with that character of the village, and so those are the things that we want to entice back and help the local people in Inaraja understand how they can start to take advantage of some of those business opportunities.